Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Switch, and where we talk basketball exclusively, nothing else. This is the purely basketball podcast, and we do it better than anybody else. That's what I said. Today is the name.
Justin about me.
Fine, from Adu here.
And because we don't have lots of time, we have a lot to talk about.
Right.
We always have a lot to talk about. We are starting with Tosin has something about Jason Tatum. By the way, shout out to Tosin looking very patriotic in his green, whatever he has going on.
Is this patriotism?
Yeah, the drag has a
symbolism. Are you a gang member?
What was this?
That's not for details for this show. Let's go into what that's not for details for this show. But let's go into what Jason Tatum said. The new NBA champion. You understand? He was able to ride the bench to win an Olympic gold medal, and now he's talking tough. He's talking tough ahead of the new
NBA season.
NBA. We already discussed the Eastern Conference standings, and he's already predicting the NBA finals. He already said he's the favorite to win MVP. We'll talk about the MVP and the awards later. He went on the late night show and talked about him being the favorite to win MVP. He already said obviously the chance of repeating. He sees the Boston Celtics again in the NBA finals, and he sees a rematch against the Dallas Mavericks. Okay. So let's just remunerate on that before we go into the Western Conference.
That one doesn't fit in that context. But yes, in the price of remuneration, that doesn't seem far-fetched. I mean, yes, Boston Celtics won the league, won the championship. They can definitely run it back within a year. It's still the same roster, and you can't say that in the East a lot of teams have gotten better. Like the Knicks have gotten significantly better, Philadelphia have gotten significantly better, but you can't still say that any of them are better than the Celtics. Until we actually see basketball over the next few months to then know how each of those teams gel, because we've not seen them in action. We don't know if Paul George and Embiid are going to be a thing with Maxey and all of that. We don't know if the Knicks with all 7 of their very, very good role players are going to gel. So but we've seen the Celtics win the championship, so they have to be by default. The MVP talk, though, I think it might be on something, but there might also be a valid explanation for that. A lot of people believe that the reason it was easy to overlook Jason Tatum for Finals MVP last year is because of his personality, because of his humble nature. Doesn't talk about it. Because it was so close to giving it to Jaylen Brown. If it was like an abrasive personality, always talking about stuff like that, he probably would have gotten it.
He did shoot 40% from the field in the final. What are you talking about?
But he's also the best player in the championship winning team. It was Jaylen Brown better than him in the championship.
If Porzingis was healthy, he would have even been third in my own opinion.
I know that this day you have for light skinned niggas. But
let's hear about Ife's thought before we go to the Western Conference.
Just like Tunde said, I don't think it's far-fetched, because I think along with the Denver Nuggets, they're probably 2 of the 3 best teams in the league. So it's just, with the MVP talk, he's not winning the MVP as long as Jaylen Brown is on that team. I think we should make that clear.
What? No, Jaylen Brown is not what's stopping him from winning the MVP.
It's one of the reasons why he won't win the MVP.
Nobody has ever thought about Jaylen Brown in an MVP conversation.
It's one of the reasons. Most times when you have 2 high-scoring, high-powered stars on the team, it counts against you.
How did Steph now?
When he had who?
He had Clay then. Clay is not as good.
Clay is not Jaylen Brown.
I'm not talking of Clay. What you mean? We are telling me that Jaylen Brown now is better than Clay ever was?
No. Wait, I mean, Jaylen Brown now is better than Clay ever was. As a overall scorer. Yes. As a shooter.
Please, as a scorer, so I can beat these people.
As a scorer, Jaylen Brown. As a scorer,
he's more of a 4-level scorer now. Clay was basically just catch and shoot. If they close out to him, hit the little mid-range. That was his spot. Jaylen Brown can beat you off the bounce in multiple locations, from the baseline, at the top of the key.
I feel like somebody is stabbing my ears right now. Hearing what both of you are saying. Please take it back.
Wait.
All-time ranking.
You are telling me that Jaylen Brown right now, is better than Klay Thompson
as a scorer.
Klay Thompson has scored 36 points in the quarter. Jaylen Brown is better than that.
You're talking about an isolated
player.
Jaylen Brown is a better scorer than
Klay Thompson and Steph Curry not break the 3-point scoring record in a single season. Both of them, they did not do that.
It's the way.
I cannot imagine.
So wait, Tunde, are you trying to make a case?
This is not what we were
for Klay as a bigger star than Jaylen in terms of his second star.
Yes, what?
Wow.
I don't even think that this is look.
You're talking about the finals MVP.
I don't even think that this is comparable.
You're talking about the finals MVP.
Duh. One of the most contentious finals MVP.
Eastern Conference.
Let's get into the topic of the day.
Finals MVP also.
One of the most contentious.
Let's get into the topic of the day.
No. I'm not going to let this happen. As someone that is a first-hand victim of Klay Thompson, that was supporting LeBron and the Cavs in those back-to-back finals against Klay Thompson and Steph Curry's Warriors, you are not going to tell me now that what's his name, Jaylen Brown, right now, the guy that did not make Team USA, Jaylen Brown right now, that Derrick White was selected ahead of, that Jason Tatum was selected ahead, Jaylen Brown right now is better than Klay Thompson ever was. Klay Thompson is 75. Is it not in the NBA?
As a scorer.
The fact is that people were talking that he should have made it.
Career-wise, he has achieved. See, this conversation
has a bigger legacy.
This conversation, I can break it down to.
He has a bigger legacy than Jaylen Brown, obviously.
I can break it down to SMA gold for you, but let's just go into the basic conversation for today, which is the Western Conference standing. Please, if I or someone, you know what?
Let's start with.
Temperature is hot, so just start.
We came with a topic, but this brother has just railroaded me with one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. We are going to talk about this at length in the next episode.
Let's go into the Western.
Pin that. Jaylen Brown right now was Klay Thompson, but for now let's
get into the Western Conference series.
We did the Eastern Conference last
right,
and talking about the lottery teams, the playing teams, the playoff teams. So in the West, the team that had the worst record last year was the Trailblazers. I don't see that changing.
I still think,
other than the fact that Jazz might be worse than them this year. I think the Jazz, Rockets, obviously. Jazz, Rockets, Portland. West is
I'm curious to see what you think about the Clippers this year. Considering everything that has happened.
They're a playing team. They're still a playing team. I think the Warriors might be a playing team too. I think the Pelicans will not make the plays.
You've not give us your 5 that are not making the play.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So Jazz, Rockets, Trailblazers, Pelicans. And this is tight. But I will go with the Warriors.
Wow.
The last pick, the Warriors will finish 11th, and that is just based on the power of 8. Like there's no other reason, because everything is tight. 8 has to be the divider for me, so I chose the Warriors. So the 4 teams in the play-ins, the Kings. I'll go with the Suns.
Okay.
I'll go with the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies are making the play-ins this year, and I'll go with the Clippers.
Then.
So, in particular order, the teams that will finish in the top 6, that will make the playoffs automatically, I think that Dallas will finish as the 1 seed in the West this year.
Okay.
Because they have Klay Thompson, who is all-time greater than Jaylen Brown. What? Anyway, back to the topic. Mavericks, Nuggets, Thunder. I think it's over for that Thunder Fugazi. The way they will beat them like Tiff this season. But yeah, Mavericks, Nuggets, Timberwolves before Thunder. Timberwolves, Thunder. I will have. Who am I missing?
You miss Lakers?
No, I'm putting Lakers.
The Suns.
KD
and Booker.
I put the Suns
in playing. Wow.
No, yeah, you didn't pick for San Antonio.
Oh yeah. I think San Antonio will be good this year.
Playing
in the regular playoffs.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll put San Antonio in the play-in and move the Warriors I'll move the Warriors into the playoffs.
Okay.
So and Lakers obviously.
Okay.
Interesting.
Let's go with you.
Okay, so I think we're all in agreement that Portland will likely be the worst team. Utah,
They should strive for it.
Utah as well. Houston. I think a second season of suffering awaits Wembayama, so it will also be.
Yeah, that's Chris Paul now.
Yeah,
San Antonio, so that's 4.
that's for.
It still remains 1.
The Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
Yeah,
So let's go to the
I'm
play.
not falling for that. Playing Clippers, the Kings,
Okay,
Lakers. I playing team.
that's 3.
With
the
Koloko. Christian Koloko.
the Warriors.
And the Warriors. All of them are just Southern California teams, but that's fine.
So the Warriors are what?
Playing team. Yeah,
They're playing Lakers, Clippers,
Warriors
and Kings.
and the Kings.
Yeah, very optimistic.
So for the 6, I agree with you as well. I think the Mavs will be the 1 seed. I'm looking at the Timberwolves. I think they'll have a very, very good regular season. The Denver Nuggets, OKC, Giants back, so we expect more from Memphis, and then KD and the Phoenix Suns.
To wrap up.
Yeah.
That's actually very good. For my own, I feel the worst team in the league would be Utah. I think Laurie Markkanen and the rest they will be very, very bad this season. Surprisingly, I actually
That's if Laurie stays.
Yeah, he just signed a new deal. They can't even trade him.
Yeah.
He just signed a new deal. The earliest they can trade him is next year.
Yeah.
So Utah will be the worst. I do not have Portland as the second worst team. I have them. I have San Antonio as the second worst team. I don't believe in the Chris Paul hype, and I do not believe at this stage in his career. And I do not believe in Harrison Barnes. I've never believed in Harrison Barnes, and I will never believe in Harrison Barnes.
But you believe in Wembanyama, right?
Yeah, I believe in Wembayama, but the fit is just odd. Then Portland, I think they will try to win, but they are just terrible with Daniel Vidya, DeAndre Ayton, Scoot Henderson, Jeremy Grant,
Scoot.
Robert Williams. I think they will try to win, but they are just
Yeah.
bad. Then to wrap up the final 2 spots. Yeah, to wrap up the final 2 spots. Yeah, so to wrap up the final 2 spots, I'll go with the Warriors. I think they are totally missing the play-in and the playoffs. I don't really care them. I think the Houston Rockets also, they will try, but I think they will just finish 11th, just the way they finished 11th last season. For the top, for the play-in, I have Sacramento. This Dama DeRozan, I'm not into it. I have the New Orleans Pelicans. I have the LA Lakers, and I have the Memphis Grizzlies
In the plane,
in
okay.
the play-in. Then we now go to the proper playoffs. And to start the proper playoffs, to surprise a lot of people, actually, I have, and I say this with a lot of respect, actually, I have the Denver Nuggets in the number 6 position. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I have Denver Nuggets number 6 position. I think Christian Brown, replacing Christian Brown for Contavious Caldwell-Pope, I think they don't even understand what they are trying to do with that rotation. So I think the Denver Nuggets will be 6th. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder will be 5th.
Okay.
I actually am buying Phoenix Suns stock this year. So I have the Phoenix Suns.
And
Then
the Denver Nuggets.
With
Yes.
Bradley Beal.
with Bradley Beal, yes. Then I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. And to wrap it up, I have the Dallas Mavericks.
So we're all buying Dallas as 1 seed. this year.
I think this year, obviously, straight number 1 seed.
Is there anything that Utah can do to avoid being? Because we see that all 3 of us just seem to agree that they are going to be the worst team.
Man, I think he's all. The whole goal is to get Cooper Flag at the end of the season. Get Cooper Flag. Lose as many games as you can. Try and get Cooper Flag. This is actually a very good draft. You have Cooper Flag, who's supposed to be the number 1 overall pick, but a lot of people also feel AJ Diabansa could also be the number 1 overall pick. You have what's the name of this guy, Hugo Gonzalez at Real Madrid. doing crazy things. So like this is actually a very, very good draft of young crop of players. So
All right, that's it from us for the teams that we project to be in the playoffs and the play-ins. Congratulations to the rest of you that are the lottery teams. I suggest you invest in chosen stickers. Until you see us next time, switch. Bye-bye.
bye.